Alright, BobalosRex here, and we got the World of Warcraft 20th Anniversary Celebration 11.0.5, and here's what's going on. So, it's going to be the WoW Anniversary event, which is going between October 22nd, which is patch day, and January 6th. It's outside the Caverns of Time. We got anybody from level 10 and up can get it. We're going to be getting these new currency tokens. I'm going to go over all the quests when I switch over to the game here in a second. There's the Blackrock Depths raid. There's the return of tier 2. You can check out all the vendors. I'm not going to go through all the vendors again. There's time walking through classic. It's classic Dead Mines. It's the new everything else, and it's Diremount East and West, Stratholme Living and Undead, and Zul'Farrak. And it's just like any other time walking. We finally got classic time walking. It was due. Classic time walking was due. And then there was time walking vendor updates. They added a new one for classic, Baba Dormu. And then they added some new stuff on the vendors for Burning Crusade and Wrath. I have videos for Wrath. I haven't been able to look at the vendor myself for Burning Crusade. Then we got new mounts and service award appearances. These all cost the new currency. So these are going to be competing for your currency against tier 2 because there are going to be weekly caps. We're going to talk about that when we get to this other post. Alright. They are returning a ton of retired items. The Corehound Chain, the Obsidian Worldbreaker, Little Nefarian, Molten Corgi, and Nixian Whelpling, Hate Spark the Tiny, and the Baby Blizzard Bear. All those also cost celebration tokens. And then all this is going on in the Caverns of Time. You got new world bosses and the return of all the old ones. So you got Doomwalker, Shaw of Anger, and Archivon the Stonewatcher, all in Tanner's. Azurigos and Ashara, Lord Kazakh in the Blasted Lands, and then the Dragon Nightmares, where they're at Fairless, Duskwood, Hinterlands, and the other place. Alright, and then you got the Codex of Chromie, Ashenvale. Codex of Chromie. She has a little LFR scenario you can do. We can get tokens for that. That's 15 and up. You have Help Wanted Guest Relations, which is the secret thing. It's going to be doing a quest line and some... They're talking about mysteries and solving secrets. So I wonder if this is them trying something new to test for archaeology and whatnot. And then the second part will open up the next week, November 4th. So it starts on the 28th, that Monday. And then the next part opens up on the 4th. Alright. Korax Revenge returns. That's the PvP. So you can get some goodies from that. Alright. Some easy mounts to get. Even if you don't PvP, I think you should check it out. You can do some PvE stuff in it, actually. Because it is old school AV. Then we basically know what November Trading Post is going to have on it. Because they showed us the bonus reward here, which is Warcraft 3 themed back pieces. So you fill up the bar in November, you get this. And then they're also having the class sets return for the Trading Post. The Trading Post class sets, and they're undoing the class lock on those sets specifically. Not old sets, just those sets. But you can now collect class sets from not that class. So if I go into Blackwing Lair, some tier 2 drops for Paladin, and I'm on a monk, I unlock it for my Paladins on my monk. Alright, they finally fixed that. So Molten Core, Blackwing Lair, and the Legion raids are now primed for transmog farming with this patch. Alright. Dracthyr get new classes, and you can basically play as a half dragon, because if you play as any of these classes as Dracthyr, you can basically stay in your elf form, whereas evokers are still stuck with no transmog for the whole fight. And then they're also getting squadron mode. So that's basically you can carry 2 dragons on your back if all your buddies play Dracthyr. Shamans are getting new ascendancy forms. You can get glyphs to get the fancy hair one or the original. And that's all that post shows you. But I actually want to show you what's going on here. So, we have weekly quests that we can do. And I want to look at all of these and show you how many tokens you get. So, we have Doomwalker here. And actually, hold up. They did have a post that they did, which was really good. Here. Boom. Shopping spree. So, basically, they go over all the currencies and whatnot in this post of all the stuff you can, where to spend your currencies and what currencies are good for this. Time War badges are good, so get that. They go over the fact that once you get 100 tokens over the course of the event, they uncap your token, your account lock, basically. So once you hit 100 tokens on earned on your account, they make the sources of tokens that are capped now uncapped for your alts. So once you hit that 100 token mark, you can grind them on alts, basically. Okay? But here they go over all the sources. One-time quest, meet and greet, shopping spree, or shopping squee, and then Truth of the Dark Iron. So there's a quest from Moira to do the raid. There's 2 quests from Yolana to basically look at all the events and talk to all the people. Super easy, get some tokens there. I think it's like 5 and 5, and then this one's 10. I have some of them pulled up, so we'll just take a look at that. But they also go over how the tier 2 sets work. So when you purchase the first set for 60, you get an achievement, and the next set will cost 40. Okay, when you purchase your second set, you'll get an achievement, and each additional set will cost 20. Okay, so 1 of 13 is 60. The next one is 40, so that's gonna get us at 11 more sets left, and that's 100 tokens. And then you're gonna have to get 220 more tokens to get the rest. So we're looking at 320 tokens to get all the class sets. If my math is right. You can double check me, maybe. Alright. And here's the interesting part. So all these one-time... So once per week, or one time per your account, you get tokens from these. Then, once a week on your account, you get tokens from all of these activities. Celebrate Good Fun, Chromie's Codex, that's the scenario. Blackrock Depths, do that LFR, normal or heroic. I assume you get 1 token per boss across the difficulties, but we'll have to see. World bosses, the Timely Gate Crashers, and the original, so that's the classic world boss stuff they have spawning for the event. Classic Time Walking. And then we got normal stuff we do. Weekly quest in Dornogal, weekly bonus event, Queen Anseret kill, world boss kill in the Isle of Dorn, weekly outdoor activities, Spreading the Light, Snuffling, Ashka packs, theater tropes, special activities, 2 per week, weekly PvP War Mode, weekly PvP Conquest, weekly PvP Honor, weekly PvP Brawl, and then guest relations, which begin the following week. Now, they did mention up here that they want players to earn their first tier 2 set in the first 2 to 3 weeks, depending on their playstyle. So, min-maxers get it at week 2. Non-min-maxers get it at 3. Alright? And that's them saying you'll get 60, their first tier 2 set. So, to get 100, we may be looking at a week 4 or a week 3 to get uncapped. So they are delaying us. And I hope they pull back from delaying us later on in the event. you can actually read this little thing to get more of their insight. It is interesting, but remember, we provide feedback. They'll listen. We are going to be getting a 10% bonus, and then you have to do a quest to get the additional 10. They should just give us 20%. All right. Then, once you collect 100 tokens, then you can run Blackrock Depths raid bosses on alts and get more tokens. You can do world bosses. I think that's original world bosses, the ones for the event, not the one on Isle of Dorn, because the rest of these are anniversary stuff. Classic Time Walking, Codex of Chromie, Korax Revenge. This is going to be great for leveling alts, so once you're uncapped, you level alts, get more tokens, get all your rewards. So hopefully it's pretty easy to get everything. Then they go over all the vendors. I already have a video on that. They show off that mount again. They go over all the vendors. Alright, so there's that. Now, I'm going to show you all the quests here. So here's the first weekly: Timely Gatecrashers, Kill Doomwalker, Kill Shaw, Kill Archibald. So these are all the new world bosses. There'll be plenty of people doing them once it's live. Then you got 500 Honor in Korax Revenge. You get another 3. You get a Glorious Contender Strongbox. You get more Bronze Celebration Cast of Treasures. Weekly cache containing materials for upgrading gear, gold, and more. Oh, I think these ones work differently than the Isle ones, so we're basically getting double of these caches. Your first weekly cache you earn each week contains a piece of champion gear. Alright, Blackrock Depths. From Blackrock Depths in a restored coffer key. Subsequent caches contain a piece of veteran gear. That's good. That's good. Alright. And then Time War badges as well. From that, that's the PvP quests. Chromie's Codex gives you another cache of treasure in 3. This is weekly. Any weekly that you do on your main, when you do it on an alt, this turns to Time War badges. Alright. Then here's the 1 a time defeat Dagran. You get 5. Like I said, the other 1 times from Yelena are also 5. And then on alts, after you do them, you can do them again and get Time War badges. You're only getting 5 Time War badges, but it's something. But I wonder if once you're uncapped, you can get the celebration. Oh no. I needed that. Oh. Alright, hold up. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Alright. So, you can also get a quest to do the raid weekly, and you get a cache of Dark Iron treasures. So this is a piece of the... And this is for normal raid loot, but you can complete this in LFR. And then you get 3 celebration tokens. You can do the Celebrate in Good Fun. This is that get the buff, get tokens. And you can do this once a day. You want to do this once a day. And you basically participate in one of the big events. Do Blackrock Depths. Help Chromie. So you just do celebration events. You get this buff. You get some tokens. And then you get the weekly for the Time Walking, which again awards the celebration cache and then more tokens. Now, speaking of all this currency, guess what they added in this patch? You can now display all your currency that's account-wide. Okay? So no longer am I like, I gotta keep one currency so I can see it. Nope. You just hit all warband transferable, and then I can trade something I don't have to this tune, that I don't have on this tune to this tune. So, there's that addition, which is great. Also, not mentioned in those posts is Hero Talents got animation updates. Dark Ranger got some really good updates. There are going to be story quests in this patch that we have not been able to test, but there are NPCs around Dornogal with some stuff that should possibly going to have some quests. Alright. Retroactive Quest Mog should be added in this patch. They did say it was going to be in this patch, but we have been unable to copy our account data. So take that with a grain of salt, but it's supposed to be in this patch. If it isn't, we're going to complain. Alright? Because they said it was. Shaman Ascendancy forms already mentioned. You can now time walk from level 10 and up. All of them, not just the classic one. Dragonflight PvP ensembles are going to be at the vendors in Valdrakken. So, head on over to PvPers if you got some Marks of Honor, or if you've been waiting to buy the PvP sets, you PvEers, you can now buy the ensembles in the PvP HUD. So here's the main fountain area. Here's where you come through the portal, right up into that cave right there, alright? And that's where the ensembles are going to be. And the last thing I wanted to mention, and I'm going to show off, are you kidding me? And I'm going to show off the Dracthyr classes real quick, because I'm excited. I have a Dracthyr Hunter name saved. It's going to be Rhaenyra, the Dracthyr Hunter. Alright. So let's take a look at these Dracthyr classes. Warrior Dracthyr. So you could be a dragon, or you could be a half dragon elf. Alright. You could be a hunter. You could be a mage. You can be a rogue, a priest, and a warlock. Now, do I think Dracthyr should have got some other classes? Yeah, we're all going to have our own opinions of that. Hopefully Monk comes soon after, because those animations are easier. And then, if we are getting a druid, or a shaman, or a paladin patch coming soon, I do think Dracthyr can be pretty much everything. Maybe these two need a little work, but it is what it is. So, the last little tidbit. You know how you can Alt-Z and remove your UI? Now you can do it here, but it's through a little button. Alright, hold up. This little eyeball right here. Boop! This is great. This is going to be great for taking pictures of your warbands. So, that's basically it. That's what's going on in the patch. What to do first? Farm Time War badges. Log out in Caverns of Time. That's all I can tell you, really. I may do its own video, too, but that's basically it. Thank you for watching, as always, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Links to the pages in the description. Bye-bye.